Let's go first to Josh from Mexico City. Josh, I would love to hear what's going on there.
Hi, David. Can you hear me?
I can. I can't help but ask where you are exactly because it's such a compelling background noise.
The park.
You're at the park. All right. Park in Mexico
So,
City. I've got a picture in my head. What's going on there?
yeah. So I had a question for you. It seems like the Biden administration, one of their big things was racial justice, and since the United Nations Committee on, I believe it's unrecognized or decolonization, has specifically called out the U.S. in terms of its relationship with the territories and overseas possessions. Does it seem likely that, and also given that Puerto Rico has more or less definitively voted on statehood, if you can call it that, does it seem likely that the Biden administration will make an attempt to sort of normalize the status of the territories, especially American Samoa, where they don't even have the right to birthright citizenship?
You know, it doesn't strike me that this is going to be at the top of the list of priorities for Democrats and for Joe Biden's administration in these first 2 years. To me, and this is not my opinion of what should happen, I think it should be a priority. It seems to me that it's more likely to be a sort of 2022 to 2024 priority. And then, of course, you need to wait and see if Democrats will even have the House and or Senate. That's my sense right now. I'm not seeing like a big political appetite for it. And particularly when, stimulus was going to be done right away. It took months. I'm not super optimistic it gets done in these first 2 years.
Sure. But thanks, David.
What are you doing in
Much
Mexico City? Do you live there?
Yes, I'm half Chicano.
Oh, okay.
So I was here working on my PhD before lockdown, and so now I live here.
How are things from the standpoint of the virus?
It's complicated.
Yeah.
The government has started to roll out the Russian vaccine.
Yep.
But of course, this is of course a country where that's complicated. You could say it's only been a democracy for the past 20 years, and you have people, you have the informal and formal economy.
Right.
People who work in the formal economy are doing okay. It's the people who work in the informal economy that have received no protection.
Are there
from the
ways,
government.
if you are an elite, so to speak, to get the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines there?
What I've heard from some friends is that people are going to their summer houses in Florida to get it,
right,
or things of that nature. That seems to be the best way.
Yep.
To do it.
I've read that about Argentina as well. People who were going to Miami.
Yeah. That's pretty much what's happening. And what's also interesting is that when they did the initial contact tracing, they traced the first cluster of cases in Mexico City to a group of elites who went to Aspen.
Oh, really?
Like the quarantine. Yes. So.
Not shocking. All right, Josh, thank you. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, thank you, David. Have a good one.
There's a Josh from Mexico City. Let's go next to Sarah from Washington, D.C. Sarah, you're on the air.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
I've actually never talked to you before. I watch everything you do. I'm just honestly here to listen and learn from.
Oh, you didn't want to ask a question?
I mean, I'm just listening and here. I like what you do, so I'm just here to listen and take in what I can. I didn't really have a specific question.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course.
All right. There we go. Sarah from Washington, D.C. Today's episode is sponsored by Blue Chew, a unique online service delivering the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. And they're giving my audience an entire month's supply for free. Take a short quiz on the Blue Chew website. A licensed doctor approves your prescription, and the medication goes right to your home in a discreet package. No driving to the doctor's office, having a possibly awkward conversation, waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew replaces the entire process with a few clicks and way less expensive. And all of Blue Chew's tablets are made in the United States. So if you think you could benefit from an extra boost of confidence, go to bluechew.com. The link is under this video, and they'll give you an entire month's supply for free when you use promo code Pakman. Just pay $5 for shipping.